Okay, so now I want to create a new project. This project is going to be a console app.net core project. So I will select the console app.net core right here, click on next, and right here I want to make sure that this project name is going to be calculator. So here already I have this, and it's going to be saved into the location, which is C training. Then I will click on create. So now that we have the project, so we can see that we have the calculator project. So the next thing I would like to do is to make sure in this calculator I have a new class. So here you can select, right click on the calculator, then you go to add. Then right here you will see the class. So I will select the class. So here I want to take this and change this to the name which I want to give to my class. So I want to make sure that this class name is called CAC, and here I'm going to add that. So now what I want to do is to make sure that this is being chosen as public. So now that we have the class, so the next thing I would like to do is to make sure I have some private feed which will allow me to be able to set them in the constructor. So I want to have the private to be double. So here I want to give the first value, which is going to be going for the method for the calculation. So the first value, and here we are going to give the second value. So after that, I want to create my constructor, so which is going to be public, and here we just call the CAC. So right now that I have this constructor, so the first thing that will come to my mind is that it's going to take in two parameters. So the first one is the first name, first value, sorry, and the second one is the second value. So right here, we are going to have the uh, first value and the second value. Then we need to make sure that we set the private feed inside the constructor. So I'm going to call the first value, which is going to be equal to the first value that we have here. Then I'm going to call the second value equal to the second value that we have there. So now that I have this feed set, what I would like to do now is to have my methods. So I'm going to have the public. So this method is going to return double. And I want to first have the add method. So this add method is going to return the addition of these two variables. So what I'm going to do is to say return. So right now we have the first feed, which is the first value. So I'm going to select that, then plus. So we need to add the first value plus the second value. So that should return the result. And the next thing I would like to do is to create a new method. So this method, we are going to call it just a simple return a double, and it's going to be subtract. So this method is going to subtract the values. So we just return. So we have the first value minus the second value. Now the next thing we would like to do is to create another method which is going to multiply these values. So we can say public. So it returns double, and this is going to be multiply. So right inside, we are going to return this same thing, but in this case, we are going to use multiplication. So I can copy that, paste that right here, and here I'm going to change this to multiply. So the next thing I want to do is to have a new method, which I can take this one, come right down and paste that. So this one is going to be divide. So we can change this to divide. And right now we can change this one to be like that. So now that we have our calculator, so let's try to run this code and see if it's actually working. So I'll come to the program. So in the program, I want to create an instance of the calculator. So what I can do is to say calc. So here we have the calc is equal to new calc. So right here we need to supply the values. So let's say for example we have 20.0 into 2.0. So we want to use this object, which is the calc, to call the methods. So let's say we want to add values. And let's say we also want to make sure that we can add the, so what I'm going to do is I will have here the console dot write line. So we have the console dot write line right here.